to 4. Wrapping up the victory.
Keep it steady cause you win and you lose some. I've been running since the day I was born. I'm still working on my style and that new song that I started when you first came along.
How's it going, Lilies? I'm Baden.
Gwen.
And welcome back to Broken Honda Cast, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything in between. So, Gwen, what's rotating this week?
The Earth, because it's Earth Day.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, what we normally do here on the show is we talk about a brief history of the event of Earth Day. So, not Earth Day every episode, but like...
Yeah, no, we don't sit down at the beginning of every episode and just talk about Earth Day for
like a PSA at the beginning of every single episode.
No, we don't do that. That would be torture.
Yeah, it would be torture, but yet funny.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be really freaking funny, but it would be torture.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to use the source we use most episodes, which is historychannel.com.
Yeah, because historychannel.com is actually pretty reliable.
Yeah, and they make it really easy to read. They don't throw like a ton of dates and times like in your face. They're just kind of like, here are the important ones you need to know.
Yeah.
You know.
So do you want to... You told me some of this. It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, the beginning is very depressing. So in the early like 60s, Americans, like only just them were starting to become aware of the pollution like effects on the environment.
Yeah.
And like
it took us that long.
Yeah, it took us that long. Which is sad, but yeah. And in 1962, there was a selling novel, Silent Spring, that raised the specter on the dangerous effects of pesticides.
Oh, who wrote that?
Rachel Carson.
Okay.
And then, as most people have learned, in 1969, there was a fire on Cleveland's Cuyahoga River.
Yeah.
Because of how polluted it was.
You know, I'm not surprised it's Cleveland.
It's disgusting. Like, I've seen pictures of it. It is disgusting.
Is that, like, one of the reasons why I smoke on the water?
No. Smoke on the water is about something else, but...
Okay.
But yeah,
so I continue.
Yeah. But yeah, that shed a lot of light on the problem of chemical waste disposal.
Oh, anything else?
Yeah, basically during the 60s, like, there was a lot of people trying to bring awareness to the public.
Is that why there was a lot of hippies in the 60s?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. Some of them were fighting because it's the war, then some of them were fighting because it's the earth.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's
kind
that
of
blend.
for both, because a lot of the war stuff going on in, like, the 60s and 70s had to do with oil. Yeah. And gasoline and you know, stuff like that, so...
Oh, yeah, as far as we know.
Yeah. So Earth Day got started by a U.S. Senate member in 1962. Well, he got elected in 1962, Senator Gaylord Nelson. So Nelson was actually considered one of the leaders of the modern environmental movement. And he is the one who came up with the whole concept of Earth Day.
Back in 1969.
Yes, in 1969 he came up with the idea of it and he pitched it. He actually tried like kind of pushing it in to like people who were fighting against the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Like protesters, things like that. He tried to push this agenda in on them to get them to also be mad about that.
Yeah. To
kind of get his agenda out there. And in 1969 at a conference in Seattle, he announced the Earth Day concept. And it wasn't actually until 1970.
1 year later.
Almost a year later.
Jeez.
April 22nd, 1970 is when Earth Day first was, you know, implemented.
Yeah.
And when he pitched Earth Day, he tried to invite the entire world in on celebrating it. Just kind of like pitch it out there and be like, hey guys.
Why don't we all come together for one day and chill out, basically?
Like, let's all come together and try and
actually support where we live instead of destroy it.
And the first Earth Day was very effective in raising awareness about environmental issues and transforming public attitudes.
Oh.
And according to the Environmental Protection Agency, public opinion polls indicate that a permanent change in national priorities followed Earth Day in 1970. When pulled in May 1971, 25% of the U.S. public declared protecting the environment to be an important goal. A 2,500% increase over 1969. So just in 2 years, they had a 2,500% increase in people believing that this was an important issue. So Earth Day made a huge change. I mean, 25% doesn't sound like a lot.
But it's a lot according to...
Or, yes, it is a lot.
Yeah.
When you think about how many people live in the U.S. and probably voted in that poll, like, that's a lot of people. That's basically it. There is a bit more to read. I just kind of skimmed through it.
But if you want to read the actual full article, you can go on the historychannel.com.
Yeah.
Read about it.
It talks about some things that happened in different big states across the U.S. on the first Earth Day. So.
Hey, do you want to move on to the commercial break? Because we don't really have a lot to talk about in this episode.
Yeah, we don't. We're going to talk about more in the next part, but...
Yeah, it's basically about what we do and what
we have done and what we're planning on doing. And
so stay tuned for that. And now just go over to the ad dimension. Take it away, me. It's your favorite host, hopefully, Brandon here, and also a Earth Day enthusiast, I guess you can say. Yeah, okay. Gwen's shaking her head, so I guess that's okay.
Wow, just gonna throw me under the bus. I mean, I guess I am a co-host.
Yeah, so. I mean, you're part of this. Am I your
guys' favorite co-host? I'm gonna cry if it's like one of the people you used to have. Like, no, we like this person that only was in a couple podcasts.
Ben was my favorite.
Okay, Ben was pretty good.
Yeah.
He kind of hosted a lot of podcasts, though. Like, he hosted a couple himself, just talking about stuff.
No, I like that one ginger dude that was in, like, one episode. I miss Dylan. He was such a, pretty chill person. Anyways, so, if you want to support us, like we do in every single episode of Burger Podcast, if you would like to support us, we have both a Patreon and also PayPal somewhere around us, no matter what you're listening to us on. Like, if you're listening to us on YouTube, it's down in the description below, or if you're listening to us on any other site, like iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, and stuff like that, go and donate. It can be like a penny to however much you want to donate.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. And all the proceeds go and help us, like, do what we love to do. That also, like, makes more content for you lovelies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a win-win, basically, there. And that's... Then now moving on to the Con Watch. Yeah. We don't really have a whole lot for the Con Watch because there's virus going around still.
Yeah, we don't know. As of recording this, I'm like checking all the different websites to see if there's been any cancellations or moves. I know Colossal Con, one we were thinking about going to, did move its dates, I think, to either July or August instead of June. So I am trying to check on that right now. Indie PopCon hasn't changed its date, so that's still July 10th through the 12th.
Yeah. So, Indie PopCon, July 10th to the 12th.
Indianapolis? Comic Expo is the other one?
Indiana Comic Expo.
Okay.
And that's sometime in the last weekend of June.
Comic-Con?
Yes.
That one is...
like June 26th to the 28th.
Yeah, this is the right website. They have moved their dates to June 26th to the 28th.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was confirmed. They haven't canceled or changed, because a lot of cons in June have decided to push back further.
Yeah.
It's even mid-June cons and things like that. They have chosen to push back even further in dates. So I'm not sure when Colossal Con is. I can look that up real quick, though.
Colossal Con has moved their dates to September 2nd to the 6th.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And we might be going to that this year because we always we started off going to Gem City Con, which is in Dayton, but they have canceled for this year. So
yeah, I don't think they were able to change their dates.
No, they wasn't. So they're gonna have to wait until next year.
Yeah, which is kind of scary for some cons because I know like with some smaller cons, they have a very small group of people who are working extremely hard, tirelessly to try and put these things together. And when stuff like this happens and they have to choose, do we waste more money to change the date and then just have to end up canceling again? Or, you know,
do we just cancel this in general and wait till next year?
Because it is also the other problem of when do we cancel or when do we like change dates for? Because some convention centers are extremely busy and, you know, like the Columbus Convention Center is extremely busy. So if something like Monterey Con, which I haven't checked up on, or Ohio Con had to get, you know, changed, it could just be canceled.
Yeah, which that's possibly the next con that we're going to go to is Matsuri, and that's sometime in August.
It's usually
typically
August. I'm going to check. So Matsuri Con is still on for its original dates, which are August 14th through the 16th. But if this virus does continue on, you know, and get worse or anything like that, they will probably change their dates.
Yeah, probably September.
Yeah, that's why a lot, you notice all the cons that like we talked about that did change dates, like I guess it's just Colossal Con, but I've heard of some other cons that have moved to either September or October.
Yeah, and then,
you know, they're trying to plan as far out as possible so that they give as much time for this thing to calm down.
Yeah, and then for Ohio Con, which is always in January, so we're always going to be going to that.
Yeah.
Matsuri and Ohio Con are at the Columbus Convention Center, so you can either look it up through the Columbus Convention Center website or just look at Matsuri Con or Ohio Con.
And I believe the Indiana Comic Expo and Indie PopCon are both in the Indianapolis Convention Center. So.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can either look up Indiana Convention Center or you can look up Indiana Comic Expo or Indie PopCon and get like the whole list of like guests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We always go to Indie PopCon and Ohio Con and Matsuri Con, so if you miss us anywhere else, or if we decide not to go to anywhere else, you can always find us there.
Yeah.
Or just, you know.
If we decide not to go to any of those, we will like announce it on our social media and through the podcast and gaming stuff.
Then also, whenever it gets closer, we are, like always, are gonna like release our cosplay lineup.
Yeah, just in case you guys want to get pictures or.
Yeah, that if you want to cosplay with us.
Yeah.
Go with the theme for that day, I guess you can say. Yeah. And
I always thought that was fun.
Yeah, it is. That's all the cons that we have decided on this year, at least. Go and check those cons out. We might be going to a lot of those.
Yeah.
Just because like the next few months are going to be extremely busy, so who knows.
Yeah, and something we might do is instead of like going to these cons if they are canceled or if we just can't make it, what I was, you know, kind of pitching is we do little kind of Q&As like con stuff and photo shoots and things like that, so you guys can still experience our cosplays and things like that. Or we might just end up doing like video live streams on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Playing games and
just like chilling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully like with the webcam and with cosplays on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely with a cam with our cosplays on, but like we may like do like Jackbox games and things like that to include you guys and stuff like that.
Yeah, so go head over to our YouTube channel, Broken Hearted Gaming, with a little and symbol, Broken Hearted Studios. If you look up Broken Hearted Cast, we should be some of the first top search results.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check out that YouTube channel today. Or if you're listening to us through our YouTube, please subscribe and hit the bell and everything else like that. And but yeah, let's move on to talking about Earth Day still.
Yeah, if that's all we need to talk about for our
the cons.
Yeah. And
I don't really have anybody to shout out. Oh yeah, here's a little PSA. If you want to be shouted out on the podcast, go to our YouTube channel. Another win-win situation is if you comment down on any of our videos, I can pick some of them and shout you guys out on a podcast episode. So in an ad break.
Yeah.
So might as well. I mean, it's a good way to get shouted out and to get noticed by like some of your favorite podcasters, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's head back to the actual show.
Yeah. See you guys there.
Yeah. Bye. Well, bye as in like I'll see you here in a minute after the music plays.
Yeah.
And we're back. Thank you, us.
Hey, we're back.
Hey, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty good ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was an amazing ad.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, yeah. Also, thank you to you too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, I'm so flattered.
Yeah, you supplied with all the info. I just read it from the screen.
Yeah. Oh, don't read it, man.
I know.
You're spoiling it.
I'm so terrible. So, do you want to ask the next question?
Yeah. So now we're just gonna go on and talk about things we've done in the past and things we kind of do now to celebrate Earth Day.
Yeah.
So what have you done? Well, let me ask this first. Did you do stuff with your family, your school? You weren't in scouts or anything, right?
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember. So family, school, or both?
With the school, like we would kind of like learn about Earth Day, and like we would like do different Earth Day activities and stuff like that, and like we would make crafts to go back home and actually plant some stuff. And around this time of year, I would always, with my family, like I would always help my stepmom and my sister. We have a flower bed in front of our house, so around this time of year, not specifically on Earth Day, we would like start planting our yearly flowers and our yearly tomatoes and whatever we're growing that year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of all we did. I didn't really do a lot of stuff with my friends, and like I didn't really go to any parks that much. Whenever like before we started dating, I didn't really do anything. I would just stay inside.
Yeah.
And
Little hermit.
yeah, I would listen to TWRP like constantly on Earth Day because they have a lot of good Earth Day songs.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if you want to listen to some like actually pretty good Earth Day songs, look up RESPCT Her, like
Yeah.
you know, like the Aretha Franklin song.
Yeah. What a good just album in general was. Is that one from Lady World?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I would say just listen to their album Lady World.
Yeah, look up the albums Lady World and Together Through Time.
Yeah, because Lady World, it talks a lot about, like, the lady they're talking about is, like, Mother Nature or, like, the Earth.
Yeah.
So, like, they're talking about, like, hey, you need to respect her. You need to love her. Like, isn't she so amazing?
Yeah.
And beautiful and all that stuff. And
Yeah, then also they have... So, yeah, look up TWRP. That's TWRP. That's short for Tupperware Remix Party. Look up the album Lady World and Together Through Time. They have an amazing list of Earth Day songs and just actually pretty cool songs and just in general that talk about like, respecting yourself, respecting others, and also most importantly respecting the earth.
Yeah. And what's the most recent album?
Most recent album is Return to Wherever.
That one also has some good Earth Day sounding songs on
Yeah.
it. But the first two we listed are
Yeah,
the best.
the newest album is set up like a radio.
Yeah, like he'll have little breaks where he's like pretending to be a radio DJ, like doing little sweepstakes and that kind of stuff. And
Like you can win $10 off your next like donut like dozen from
insert gas station here.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And yeah, so it's really cute. I like how they put it together.
Yeah, and then also like the whole like reason why they made that album is like an amazing like story.
Yeah.
Just in general. So, but yeah, go and like look up that band because like they're an amazing band to listen to and also listen to on Earth Day.
Yeah.
So what did you do with your school and with your family or with your friends?
Well, the way my homeschool group was set up is we would start around September. No, we would always start after what day is that? Labor Day, I think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Labor Day. We would always start after that. Because we would normally get Labor Day off, so what's the point of starting a week before and then, like, getting a week off? It doesn't make sense. So, yeah, we would always start, like, beginning of September and go through until the end of April. So, Earth Day always lands, like, right on the last week of school. We kind of didn't, in any of the groups I was in, we didn't really do anything. They gave us a little talk at the morning assembly, but, like, not really much other than that. My mom did teach, like, a kind of, like, nature class for, like, kindergarten, early grade school level. And she would have them make crafts and make, like, bird feeders out of pine cones and peanut butter.
We did that.
Yeah. But my mom would help them do that, and she would help them plant stuff earlier on in the semester.
Yeah.
And take it home and water it and take care of it. And then at the end, because at the very last, like time we would meet for the year, we would have, like, what's the word? I completely lost it. Basically, each of the classes would display, like, sign up for a spot in the gym to set up a table and display some of the stuff. So, like, the art class would have everybody who was in it display some of their artwork. Some of the literature classes would, like, have people pick their best, like, essay they wrote or whatever and display that, or poetry they wrote and display that for people to walk around, and I guess an open house, I guess is what it would be called. But yeah, so my mom would, like, have the kids, like, put together a display. Mostly her and the co-teacher would put together the display. Because they're basically toddlers. They can't really do much. But they would get to show off all the cool nature stuff they learned and did. And
yeah, also, like, around elementary school, we would always go to, like, the actual, like, nature reserves around here, like Charleston Falls and stuff like that, and, like, learn about Earth and, like, the different animals and stuff like that live around this area. And that's kind of all we did.
Yeah, that's basically what my mom would do with my sister and I.
Are you guys gonna go out on your walk, like, go do something on Earth Day?
Probably. We'll probably go out and do something on Earth Day.
Yeah, I was just, like, asking.
Not?
Yeah, I was asking you because, like, so I can come over and, like, actually go take a walk with you guys.
I have no idea what we're planning. So yeah, we'll probably go on a walk.
Yeah.
Go to a park somewhere. It's one of the parks that are still open.
Yeah.
Because of the virus. But yeah, and with so that's what we do with school. With my family, we would usually go out around, like, around this time of year and plant stuff and that kind of thing. My mom usually would just take us to the park or whatever around Earth Day to experience the Earth. But with Girl Scouts, we actually did some good.
Yeah. On
Earth Day, we would go to different like Girl Scout camps and plant trees.
Oh.
Because
You didn't do that on Halloween Day?
Nope.
No.
Well, actually, we might have, but I can't remember. But yeah, we would usually go and clear out, invasive species and things like that, like plant species from the campsites and get them nice and healthy.
Yeah.
Because there were problems with, like, ash trees where they were, like, just dying. Basically, like, it was either bugs or parasites or something was, like, killing them. It's, like, this really specific thing. But, so we had to go and replant a ton of trees. So that's one of the things we did for Girl Scouts on Earth Day.
Yeah. Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to ask...
So, yeah,
do you want to pose the question to the lovelies?
Yeah, so what do you guys do on Earth Day and stuff like that? And we're going to kind of, ask, or not ask, but kind of tell you guys some ideas of things you can do on Earth Day.
And some of those we already said.
Yeah, so you can go out planting stuff. It's best to first look up things that you can plant this early on, because a lot of things you really can't start planting until May.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like the end of April, so it should be okay. We shouldn't have any more frosts, but it was snowing.
As of recording this, it is 58 degrees outside.
And also, as of recording this a couple days ago, it was snowing, like, really heavy.
Yeah.
In your hometown, so... yeah, and I heard, Bowling Green, Ohio had, like, 4 or 5 inches of snow. So it's just kind of like, hey, Ohio, why is it, like, 60 degrees?
Because Ohio,
Columbus,
what do you
and
expect?
Then, like 30 or 20 in, like, Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, it is along the Great Lake area, so, you know.
Yeah.
Gonna
All
have
that
colder
cold
weather.
drafts.
Yep. But yeah, so, one thing my mom would do is she would, when we were, you know, younger, is she would look up different activities at the metro parks that would be, sometimes they would have specific Earth Day activities for kids and things like that. So she would usually take us to the metro parks to try and interact with those things and all that. So look up, just see if there's anything going on at your local metro park, or any park.
If not, then go there yourself and actually experience nature.
Try and see if you can get in on any kind of like charitable organizations that work at planting trees and parks and things like that, and see if you can get in on that stuff.
Yeah. And then also, whenever you're walking around, you can like go plug in those albums that we suggested too.
Yeah.
And also like
Spread that positivity.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what we need more than negativity around this time.
Yeah.
Especially with what's all going on.
Yeah, and I know like one thing we've both talked about is how the virus has actually done some good for the world.
Yeah. Because I mentioned that like before we started this episode, or right before we was recording Uncharted 3, which that's kind of a spoiler for all you know. We're already done with Uncharted 2, or moving on to Uncharted 3, and we're almost done with Uncharted 3.
We are. This series is gonna go by so fast. We're only on episode 6, and we're like more than halfway through the game.
Yeah, which I have a gift for you. I want to like we beat Uncharted 3, so.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, different wildlife has been seen, like, in these big cities, like, coyotes and deer have, like, started, like, re-emerging.
It's kind of like I Am Legend all over again.
It kind of is, where, like, all these creatures...
Or The Last of Us.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, for instance, in, what are those called? The canals in Venice?
Mm-hmm.
Fish. I mean, that was only, like, a week into quarantine in Italy?
Yeah.
Like, 1 week into quarantine, and the fish are already, like, repopulating them. Like, there hasn't been fish in the canals in, like, decades, from what I've heard. Or even maybe a century. And it's the kind of thing where it's just, like... And they've already, like, repopulated it again.
Like, we're back. We're here to stay.
It's so... For me, like, it's horrible what's going on, that people are dying. But in a way, it's kind of like... Our Earth kind of needed this. It needed a reset.
Yeah.
It needed people to, like, be forced to stop polluting it and stop hurting it.
Yeah, that's why, like, I even was telling you, it was like, no wonder it's been so cold out, because, like, there's less pollution in the air.
There is, because a lot of people, my mom got laid off because they don't have work for her. She was working as, like, the demo person at Costco. Yeah. But my dad works for OSU, so he works from home. Yeah. So he doesn't, the only time my family leaves the house is to get food. Like, to go out and buy food from the grocery store. Yeah. And even then, like, my sister went to go get groceries for our family, and she took a walk to do it instead of driving her car. Then again, I mean, her car was messed up, but...
But the point is, she took a walk.
She could have taken my parents' car. She could have taken her car, but she chose...
She could have even taken mine, okay.
Yeah, because you were there that day. Yeah. But she decided, no, I'm going to go take a walk. And I've been seeing that more. A lot of people are taking walks more to get their groceries and to get things. Yeah. Even if they're going to go get fast food, they go take a walk to get it, you know.
Yeah, we've been taking walks more in your neighborhood and more, too.
Yeah, I love taking walks in my neighborhood also because there's just cats, like, every other house. There's a cat.
Yeah, same with my neighborhood, too. It's just like, but your neighborhood's nicer.
Yeah, well, it's nicer in the sense of, like, they're not stray cats. Yeah. Like, they're indoor cats, but they're, you know, owned cats, but the people just let them, when it's nice out, just go out and own the neighborhood.
I mean, I cannot wait until, like, I possibly move to Columbus.
Yeah.
It's like all the cats and go on many walks.
Yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, a lot of people are working from home. They're not really leaving their houses, so there has been less air pollution. I have noticed, like, yeah, it is colder in the city. Yeah. And it is, like, it's...
Also, you can breathe better.
I can. Because here's the thing. I can't breathe in even, like, your house because your parents have been cleaning. I can't handle cleaning products because of my asthma. It really messes me up. Like, I will go into coughing fits where I can't breathe at all. Mm-hmm. I'm just coughing. And normally around this time of year is when they're doing their spring cleaning and I'm getting sick from it. normally I'd step outside and I still really want to be able to breathe. Now I step outside and I can breathe fine, like within a minute of just being outside in the fresh air.
Yeah.
Because the air is actually fresh.
It's not like all this like pollution.
Yeah.
Exhaust
and, like,
fumes.
So far, we haven't had a single air quality alert.
Yeah.
And we're almost into May. And that's crazy to me, is it's like, it's almost May and there's not been a single air quality alert. Like, I can actually go outside and have fun.
So, yeah, was that about it?
That's about it, yeah.
Nice.
Just
go take walks and plant trees.
go to your local nursery, you know, like, and get plants to plant, and find out, go online and look up what you can plant right now, or if you're okay with waiting a week to get into May.
Yeah, that, or if you know you can't really go out and plant some stuff, there's always Animal Crossing.
Yeah, just, yeah, like, try to be more conscious, even, like, just remind yourself, like, yeah, I need to do things that are good for the planet.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, kind of pushing to the back of your head, because everybody knows that there's air pollution, everybody knows there's pollution and that we're killing the earth, but everyone kind of just pushes it to the back of their head.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, they do.
Yeah, and also, if you, sorry, I just noticed Brandon downloaded the app I'm about to shout out. If you don't have enough money for a Switch or for Animal Crossing for your Switch, there is always Pocket Camp. We're both on Pocket Camp.
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Or yeah, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Go and, yeah.
It's on both Apple and Android. And if you're like me and you have a Windows computer that has the App Store, I'm pretty sure you can get it on that. I'll have to double check that, but...
Yeah, we love you, Nintendo. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, we love you. But yeah, like, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, they usually have kind of like Earth Day activities. They usually celebrate all the different holidays. I think I remember them doing an Earth Day stuff last year.
Yeah, also, Animal Crossing New Horizons is going to do a Earth Day event thing with a soft.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, if you want to feel like you're not missing out on the Animal Crossing stuff and all that, then just download Pocket Camp. It's completely free. There are microtransactions, but in the whole time I have played that game, I've been playing it for years, I haven't really felt like, I've never been pushed into needing to make a microtransaction or waiting a really long time.
I did once, but that was just because, like,
you're impatient.
That, and also it went towards New Horizons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There was like an event to celebrate New Horizons, and it was just like, hey, complete all these tasks, and like you get New Horizons stuff on Pocket Camp.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Like you can like now transfer your stuff over.
Oh, sweet.
So it's just like,
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, but like they don't really push you into making microtransactions. They'll do the kind of thing where it's like it's available, but they try to push you to just do other tasks to get, you know, the money you need, or
the bells.
The bells or whatever. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Then also, if you don't like have that, or if you want this, like, if you enjoy the music of Animal Crossing, there is a free extension on your, if you have Google Chrome, go to the Google store and actually type in Animal Crossing, and there should be a music extension that you can download onto your Google Chrome, and it will play every song from Animal Crossing according to what time it is.
Yeah.
So,
which is really nice.
Yeah, especially like when I'm off Animal Crossing, I'm like doing stuff on the computer. I can actually still get that music of like, man, this is awesome. But yeah, so if you lovelies enjoyed this episode, and if you're listening to us on YouTube, don't forget to hit that high five like button with your thumb.
Leave a comment down below.
Don't forget to subscribe, and also, that comment thing supplies with all of the sites. That, and also, no matter where you listen to us on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to ring the metaphorical bell.
Ding.
So this ain't notified if I upload. And yeah, no matter who you are, no matter what you are, no matter what you do, love and respect yourself. Also, love and respect others. Also, respect the earth and love the earth. And yeah, hope you have a peaceful day, whatever you're listening this to. And yeah, next time we're gonna on the cast. Bye.
Bye.